Welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. I'm Roger. I used to put my firewood on pallets, but the problem with pallets is most of the time they'll only last about a year or two, depending on how good the pallet itself is. Some of the pallets are made out of pretty low grade of wood. Did have a guy that was bringing me in some pretty nice pallets that were about 6 feet long and put a decent amount of wood on those pallets, but the problem with those pallets is, or any pallet is, when you go to transport it with the tractor, you have to move very slowly, in some cases like 1 mile an hour, to keep from the wood from falling over. So I've been getting some IBC totes like everyone else is doing. They're really hard to find, at least in my area, and been starting to slowly transition from pallets to IBC totes for the firewood. These IBC totes should hopefully last a lifetime versus a pallet lasting a year or two. So to get this thing prepped, the first thing I need to do is get these bars out from the top on this particular tote. They are a T30 Torx using an impact driver. I've seen some older totes that have different size Torx in them, so it may vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. Now with the screws removed, I can remove these cross members. I don't hit the tape. And the bladder slides right out. Go ahead and take the corner protectors out while it's tipped up. I'm going to use a flap disc to smooth up all the areas that I just cut. At this point, most guys would be like, all right, I'm done, I'm ready to go put wood in there. But we still have the bladder out of the tote that is usable. So I'm going to cut it up to make a roof for the tote. For a roof, we're going to use a chalk box and mark from corner to corner. Since I don't have a helper, I'm going to tape the chalk line on the opposite end. Of course, this bladder is warped, so it didn't make a complete line. All right, good. Well, here's the finished product. I decided to take a chainsaw and cut this out so that I could stack wood all the way up on the inside. I think that having wood stacked in there, if the wind blows, it's going to push down against the wood and it's going to make it hard to blow off. Drilled some holes, have it held on with 4 zip ties. I don't know, do some experimenting, see how that works. But I don't know if it's going to take a tremendous amount to hold it on there, especially since I have wood stacked in there. You can see it's overlapped on the bottom, so it's just being held down. Just more or less needs a little assistance to hold it in place. But pretty happy with the way it turned out. So now I just have like 20 more of these to make and fill with wood.